This is
the official Sunday Morning Glory podcast. Yeah, baby!
One, two, episode 3, baby! I'm Boone Jensen. We're in studio. We got a good one for you tonight. Week 5 coming at you. We got Thursday night football. Patriots, Buccaneers. It's gonna be a doozy.
I know you take a lot of pride in seeing your receivers play well. Devin Funchess has seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like, it's funny.
Cam Newton digging himself a little hole with that one there. A little bit of controversy going down right now. Regardless, Week 5, Episode 3. I'm Boone Jensen with the Sunday Morning Glory podcast. Without further ado, let's just get right into this. No delays, no nothing. Week 4 recap. Joey Iliano's Weapon X B-Dog 20 is now 4-0, having defeated the former 3-0 team. A team has no name. Matt Benz's squad. Joey's team is putting it together. He's getting the output he needs. Team Cooper had a goose egg against That's Her Whole Thanks, Kevin Benz's squad. Kevin's team right up top in the power rankings there. Kevin goes 3-1. Team Terry Folds just misses it in a 93-95 defeat against Shane Farrell's Foam and Glow. That's how close Sean was to having a 2-2 record. Team Taylor, 148 points. Ridiculous. Highest scoring team in the league. Versus White Power with 130 points. That's Mike Goddardici's squad. That's a shame for Mike. Any other opponent he would have edged out this week besides LSU Tigers alumni and his opponent, Team Taylor. It's a shame because, like I said, any other opponent, Mike has that in the bag, and his team's 3-1. Brandon gets his first win, LSU Tigers alumni versus Damo's Bozos. Damo's now 0-4. Even with Ezekiel Elliott coming out, Damo's rest of the squad just couldn't get it done. CJ with the name change, OJ's parole board, formerly Team Sehota, edging it out 107-91 against Team Bananas at Zach Arcee's squad. Plenty of waiver action in the league this week. We had upwards of 20 moves. I don't know if I want to recap every single move, but the most notable ones, Latavius Murray gets picked up by Damo. Andre Ellington gets picked up by CJ. Deshaun Watson gets picked up by Matt. Devin Funchess gets picked up by Joey. Jake Elliott gets picked up by Matt. Sean adds Giants standout running back from last week, Wayne Gallman. Brandon picks up league leading kicker Greg Zierlein. Greg the Legatron. And Corey Clement gets picked up by Joey. And that just about rounds it out for the notable transactions. Like I said, there was a lot. I'm not going to recap them all. But we also had a trade in the league, and of course, it's by none other a trade made by Shane Farrell. Yes, Shane was involved in what I believe is his third trade on the season. It was I think it's pretty clear Zach won this trade by acquiring Des Bryant. But, Shane made a move for Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook gets injured the next week. So Shane needs to make a play. He's got some depth at wide receiver, so he ships out Des Bryant, who has been underperforming, but we all know the kind of talent that Des Bryant can, bring to the Cowboys. Shane gets Joe Mixon back. It's a good move for both if you're looking at each roster. Like I said, Zach is the winner of this trade because Zach, I believe he's in a good position with his running backs, and Zach's wide receiver core is pretty lethal now. Deshaun Jackson, DeAndre Hopkins, Des Bryant, Amari Cooper. Like that's pretty lethal. That's a nice wide receiver core there. We are also at arguably the best time in sports right now. We got the MLB playoffs starting up tonight. We have the NHL regular season just started yesterday. Basketball preseason is going down right now. That regular season begins very soon, and we're in the prime, almost a little more than the third wave of the football season. So it's a good time for sports fans right now. College football obviously is in the mix. You got the World Cup coming up soon. That's really exciting. So sports is in a good place right now.
Hey, bud.
How's it going?
I heard you're having a good time.
Oh, I'm having a good time, alright?
You are?
Yeah!
Good.
Hell yeah! Show me your tits. I'm just messing around.
Hey, quit.
I know, I'm so
Quit.
high.
Tell her you're sorry.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say that.
Anyway, we had some injuries in week 4. Carr is out 2 to 6 weeks. Yes, he's on Sean's team. You really feel bad for Sean. As you know, David Johnson, Greg Olsen, also injured for his team. It's a tough situation. Chris Carson is out for the season. He was on Matt's team. Dalvin Cook is also out for the year. He was on Shane's team. Sanu and Julio Jones also suffered injuries. It looks like Julio is going to be okay. Sanu is out for up to 3 weeks. And Devontae Adams was carted off the field, and it looks like he's going to be okay. Ty Montgomery was also with the cracked ribs. It looks like he's going to try and give it a go this week, which is crazy. I think it's probably better off he just takes a week off. But that just about winds it up for the injuries. A little discussion thought that came to me. We have a team that's 4-0 in the league. That's Joey Iliano's squad. And we also have a team that's 0-4 in the league, Damo's squad. Which of these two teams, whose streak will end first? Will Damo get his first win this week? Will Joey Iliano get his first loss this week? Now you look at the matchups. We got Damo facing off against Matt. Projections have Damo taken this one. It would appear that Matt has some injury, or not injury issues, bye week issues with most of his top tier players on bye. So this is a good opportunity for Damo. He's projected 105 to 101. Joey Iliano facing off against Dale. Dale at 2-2, Joey at 4-0. Joey's projected 101 and Dale's projected 92. So that's a 9-point difference. So Joey Iliano is favored to go 5-0. Things happen though. Things do change. Getting on to the other matchups, we have 3-1. That's your whole thing versus 2-2 Foam and Glow. Kevin is projected to win that matchup 112 to 106. You White Power. It's Mike Godricci's 2-2 squad versus Team Terryfolds. Sean's 1-3 team. Sean is projected to lose, surprise, surprise, by a whopping 19 points. Team Bananas facing off against Team Taylor. This is Zach's arguably his toughest matchup yet, but it's his most necessary win that he needs yet. He's 1-3 on the season, going 1-4. Hopefully taking on Team Taylor. Corbin can't be stopped. He's projected upwards of 115 plus points every week. He's projected 119 to Zach's 113. You also have OJ's parole board. That's CJ Boyer's 2-2 squad facing off LSU Tigers alumni. That's Brandon with a 1-3 record. It's a close one. CJ is winning this one projection-wise, 104 to 98 points. Once again, it's a big one for Brandon. All the 0-4, the 1-3 teams, they gotta figure it out. Because before you know, you're 1-4, and it's a tough hill to climb because you gotta hope to get into the playoffs at essentially a 500 record. So you want to go like a 7-6 at least to get in the playoffs. I've seen it to where you can be 6-7 and even make the playoffs, but 7-6 is basically the target record that you want to shoot for. It's early yet, though. There's a lot of fantasy football to be played. And of course, we got a special guest in studio. We interviewed him earlier. He's one of the greatest people I know, and he's goes by Team Bananas in the league. Big fan of the challenge. Big fan of Johnny Bananas. And we're really happy to have him. So without further ado, let's check that out.
I'm Boone Jensen here with our special guest, Zach R.C. Zach, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Boone. It's good to be on.
So, Zach, in regards to your season, your team is 1-3. Do you feel like your team has a shot at turning the season around?
Yeah, it's obviously not where you want to be 4 weeks in, but it's still relatively early. Still time to make some moves, which I just did. I wasn't happy with where my team was. I feel like there's a lot of talent there, but they've been underperforming.
How do you feel about your trade with Shane there?
I feel really good about it. It's Amari Cooper was one of my top picks. I picked him and Hunter Hopkins back to back. I had high expectations, but he's shit the bed so far. So I knew I needed to make another big wide receiver trade, and a lot of people were interested in Mixon, so it was just a perfect time to make the move.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You got the wide receiver depth now, so that's good to see for you, especially going forward. Have you had any major injuries on the injury front? Is your team coping with any injuries that you're aware of, or?
I've been pretty fortunate as far as injuries have come. I've had a pretty healthy roster. It's just I've had players underperform. I've had 2 big games and two off games, and Jameis Winston's had 2 off games, and he just had a monster game. So it's all on whoever. And Amari Cooper has just been brutal.
Yeah, knock on wood, you don't have any more injuries, that's for sure.
I got to say, I feel bad for teams like Sean who are not going to have the injuries, but I can't lie. On the waiver wire, I look to steal as many waivers as I can from him just to keep him down in the dirt,
Oh, there's some cousinly disrespect there.
No, it's all in good fun, Boone.
So you're a notorious talent fan. You're a big Johnny Bananas guy. He could very well possibly be on the chopping block in this next episode. getting
That's
sent
right.
straight to the redemption house. Do you feel like he's going to be the one pick?
I think that if they were smart, have CT be the one to go straight to redemption, and they would put Bananas in the elimination because CT has more of a chance of coming back. Because elimination-wise, CT's more of a threat in that aspect of the game. Whereas if they let Bananas slide by, he will get to the final because he will win the next mission, and then that they can't risk that because Bananas is there at the daily missions, whereas CT's an elimination monster.
All right. Well, we like to keep it short and sweet.
Of course, I'm just looking forward to seeing if Damos Bozos can pick up the first W of the season.
Who do you believe will Joey Iliano get his first loss first, or will Damos Bozos get his first win first?
That's what. I think the Bozos get their first win first.
All right. That's a bold prediction. I like it. I feel the same. All right, Zach. Thanks for coming on. We always love having guests on the Sunday Morning Glory podcast. You have a good rest of the day.
Hey, thanks for having me, Boone. I appreciate it. You too.
Maybe one of the classiest guys I know. That was Zach Arce with us in studio earlier doing an interview. That's about it for the Sunday Morning Glory podcast. I'm Boone Jensen. Every Thursday we're going to pop these out. Power Ranking Wednesdays, podcast Thursdays. You know how we do. Everyone, good luck, and may the best teams win.